Okay, afternoon, everybody, for our next presenter. We've got Way to Vat and with Amos Simontov, the CEO. But let's firstly introduce both the firm and a little bit of a background on Amos as well before I ask him a couple of curly questions. So Way to Vat offers its clients VAT and GST reclaim and compliance solution and services via its proprietary patented platform. The company was established with the aim of enabling clients to firstly avoid dealing with cumbersome foreign VAT and GST reclaim processes, and also submit VAT and GST reclaims in many territories and in multiple languages without dealing with numerous invoices and expense-related data. So welcome, Amos. Let me just do a little bit of a background on yourself as well. So Amos has been for more than 20 years as a top executive, including CEO, President and VP sales of major global high-tech enterprises such as Syntec Media, RIT Technologies, Lognet Systems and ADI. Now, Amos specialises in SaaS platform, fintech, broadcast, IT and telecom. He has a proven track record in leading companies to economic success, including several exits and successful M&As. So welcome, Amos.
Yeah, good morning, welcome.
So Amos is going to share a few slides, but before he does, just to expand on what I've just said, Amos, can you, for the group that perhaps are less familiar with yourself, just tell us something a bit about you and your background and how you founded this business ultimately?
Yeah, thank you, Adrian. So I'm in the high-tech industry more than 20 years. Mainly in the software area, taking companies from small scale to large. First exit was like 20 years ago with Lognet Systems, a $50 million exit. Last one was Syntec Media with 400. I was part of the management team there. In between, another company that was a success story was ADI. So have a huge background taking these companies from small scale to large. Idea of Way to Vat came to my mind in the last 10 years. I've been involved in the top management in different companies, and I was seeing how companies are dealing with VAT, mainly in the foreign side, VAT reclaim that is mostly manually. We've been received after trade shows that we've been doing in different countries, getting our VAT GST back. This was something that very strange for me to see that check is arriving in by post without any transparent information. And we've been happy to get these checks, but we didn't know if we can reclaim or refund more. What behind that? So companies are doing that, mostly manually without any technology. And I said in that time there must be a different way, and therefore I've decided to start this journey. My first client was Amdocs with 30,000 employees. I came to them and asked, if you are doing your foreign VAT reclaim, you're doing that and they have like 15 different subsidiaries around the globe or more than that. And it was a surprise for me to understand that they are not doing that at all. So they've been like our design partner, and the rest is history. So we are here.
That's great, Amos. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we've Amos has got a couple of slides to talk both about the opportunity, but also to people to get a bit of a sense of how the business has come together. So I might just turn to you to step through those slides. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Adrian. So let's discuss a bit about the opportunity. So the opportunity is it's really huge. We are talking about $20 billion unclaimed yearly. This is from Ernst & Young. As you see in the screen here, divided by two main items. Enterprise, it's about 40% of the market today, about $80 billion. And Way to Vat and also our competitors are competing in that domain. So mostly our clients now is the enterprise level. But in the right side, you see the huge opportunity. This is a blue ocean. Really greenfield is the SMB. We are talking about 60% that is really greenfield, $20 billion unclaimed. Tax authorities, jurisdictions are very happy from that. And we are, here to access our platform for any company around the globe, if it's a small, medium, or large, to reclaim their VAT and to reduce this number. So the opportunity is there. Moving ahead about the pain points of the financial department. So as you said, Adrian, it's cumbersome, it's complicated, it's regulated. Languages are there. There are some barriers in that. And you cannot do that manually. You cannot do it also by yourself when you are having different businesses in different countries. Today, we are working closely in 40 different countries, 20 languages. You must have a technology and a system to support it. When it comes to low value invoices, it's also an issue. If you do that manually, or some vendors are doing it manually, they are dropping the small one because it doesn't make sense to put resources or human to look on small invoices and to get $1 or $2 refund. So for us, it doesn't matter. The system is doing that. We are looking on the same way that we are looking on $10,000 or even $1 million invoice on a small invoice of $1. So for us, it's the same, and we are doing that. And when it comes to multiple, even on the low value invoices, this can be a significant refund for companies. And this is part of our solution that we are providing to companies today. So just to sum up that, so it's automated solution, it's straightforward, easy, very accurate one with a top technology, patented. So this is our platform. Going ahead and just to emphasize the services that we are providing today in the market. So there are three main vehicles. One is the global VAT, second is the local VAT, and thirdly is the AP suppliers VAT. Global VAT, when looking global VAT, this is our bread and butter. This is mainly for travel expenses. Employees are traveling globally. Potentially, before the COVID, this was one of the main items that we've been dealing with. During the COVID time, we put a lot of efforts and we expand our offering for local VAT. Local VAT is for employees are traveling in their own countries. So we have clients like Foot Locker, Siemens, Mercedes-Benz, companies like MasterCard. So employees are traveling in Europe in their own countries and they do their own businesses, meeting clients. So we see a lot of expenses around that. Also, home office expenses, people are buying accessories. So it's part of the solution that we are providing to our clients. And lastly is AP suppliers. Suppliers, that means that shipments, deliveries, services, suppliers are providing, for instance, for Australian company, they have a business in Europe and they have suppliers, a consultant in London or UK. So any VAT or GST related to their services, Way2VAT can support and reclaim that. In the COVID time, we see a big demand on the local and AP. So most of our activities in the last 18 months is in that level, local VAT and AP supplier reclaim. Now, in terms of the business model and numbers, so our contract is a multi-year contract. Our business model is contingent based, so it's a rev share. So we are talking about an average 20 cents on the dollar. Refund or reclaim that we've done on 2020 was $5.5 million. This year it's going to increase 2021 dramatically. Revenue in 2020 was about 1 million. This is also going to be increased this year. You see our gross profit, it's 85%. So cost of goods sold is 15%. And the company is very profitable in terms of the operational side. Therefore, thanks for the technology that we are having. So once we scale, we will still keep these numbers. So this is one of the strengths that we are having in that market. Adrian?
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Amos. Thanks for that intro. So lots of things to dig into. So just a couple of questions. So obviously technology is really important to the business, and we can talk a bit more about that in some detail. But just a really first question, because you talked about the size of the prize, and it's significant in terms of the market opportunity. But how scalable is the actual platform that you operate on with respect to this?
The platform is very scalable. We're based on Amazon AWS. Technology is there, the patent is there on the AIA, we call it Automatic Invoice Analyzer, with accuracy of almost 90% today. Today, we're in a range of dealing with 100,000 invoices per month, and the idea to get to 1 million invoices per month. And we are heading to that, thanks to our growth and thanks to our new contract that we are signing. Platform can support even 10 million invoices per month. So the fundamentals are there. It's very robust platform. So we are not seeing any issues to growth in terms of technology in the platform that we are providing solution to our clients today.
It's good. It's just a couple of quick data points to pick up. So how many people in your organization, and where are you located specifically?
Yeah. We started 2 guys in a small room in Tel Aviv, and we have this picture. So I'm showing that all the time to my employees. Sometimes we need to look back before we are running ahead. So we see the growth. We are about 60 employees today, divided by 3 main offices: headquarters in Tel Aviv, management in Tel Aviv, research and development is in Tel Aviv, sales and marketing, some of the sales marketing in Tel Aviv. Head sales office in London, UK, responsible for our entire business in Europe, and we have an operational office in Romania. So these are the 3 main offices that we are having now. We are about to open our offices next year in Australia. We are aiming to that, and also in the US. This is a part of our prospectus. This was part of our agenda. We are seeing these 2 markets an opportunity for us, and we're going to be a major player there.
And Amos, you also mentioned that you're operating in 40 countries. But where are most of your clients located?
Most of our clients is in Europe, some in APAC, but mostly in Europe. Because we have our office in London, we decided to start in Europe first. Europe is very advanced in terms of the VAT and GST reclaim. Therefore, the first step was Europe. We showed to ourselves that we can work with the giants like MasterCards and others. And it's really nice to see that. And we're going to have some new contracts in different countries outside Europe as well. But Europe is our main domain today.
Well, okay. So just in terms of some of the more recent features, you talked about AP being an important, more recent thing. You used to be very heavily dependent on business travel. So just sort of thinking how, and this might be a question that might come, how has COVID affected your business model, and how does your platform work with accounts payable and receipts, for example?
Yeah. So when we faced the situation of the COVID, we understood that we should do something dramatically, and we need to expand our offering. Therefore, as I mentioned before, we put a lot of efforts on the local VAT. We've been seeing that companies are not traveling outside the countries, but they do a lot of travel and activities in their own countries, mainly in Europe, and some countries also outside Europe. And we are very pleased from that. And also AP, we are seeing, MasterCard is one of our main clients. Mostly it's AP. So they have a huge activity in different countries for account payable, for services they're getting from consultant in different countries. So we are happy to get it. We put a lot of efforts on that path. And for the travel industry, we are seeing a rebound. We are seeing an increase. We are seeing that companies are starting now their more activities, and people are flying between countries. And we hope to see that increase in our revenue as well. So this was what we have done in the last 18 months.
Okay. So just in terms of going to market, so what's the typical sales cycle in securing another client, for example? What's the process?
So sales cycle, we need to divide it to two main verticals. For enterprise, we do direct approach. We have our own team approaching clients by SDR, sales development representatives, and then goes to sale and then goes to closing. Sales cycle for medium company can go between like few weeks to 1 month. Enterprise, large one, referring to 30, 40, 50,000 employees, can take 6 months or 9 months to close it. For SMB, well, we are working closely with accounting firms. So this is straightforward. So we are signing accounting firms on daily basis. Sales cycle can be a few weeks.
Okay. I'm just reflecting on some of the more recent announcements you've made. You've signed a number of partnerships with several well-known enterprises such as Boston Red Sox, MasterCard, and eToro. How many enterprise clients do you have, and do you see this as a big channel for Way2Vat moving forward?
So today we have about 200 clients. So we have a very strong pipeline. We are seeing our pipeline with hundreds of opportunities. As the latest comer of this industry and the top players in terms of technology, top vendors, top companies, I would say, in the industry, inviting us to the very large RFPs, and we hope to announce some winning shortly. And we are very pleased to that. 4 or 3 years ago, we've been no name, no one approached us. So now we are, top players are sending us RFP, would like us to be part of the process. And it's very nice to see that. So enterprise is a vehicle for us. It's our bread and butter. We're going to put a lot of efforts in that area. But as said in the beginning, SMB, it's a greenfield, it's a blue ocean. We are the only vendor approaching that today. We are the only vendor in the world that have the right technology to scale to that area. And we hope to get some huge benefits putting the right efforts in order to win there.
So just on the SMB clients, and the strategy to increase them via accounting firms, can you keep scaling at the rate of doubling every quarter?
This is what we are trying to do. Appetite is there. Whatever we are approaching SMBs, mainly accounting firms, we are seeing open-minded from their side, and they are really would like to cooperate with us. We are seeing the appetite, we are seeing the demand. So we are putting a lot of efforts in the UK market, and we are going to expand it to other different countries in Europe. So the opportunity is there, and we very much would like, we are seeing the growth, and we would like to keep the same growth quarter by quarter to double that.
So thanks, Amos. So we've also seen you're pursuing growth through partnerships such as Zoho and Global CRM platform. So what are some complementary partnerships, without naming names, if you don't feel comfortable with, or integrations you're looking to continue to expand?
So Zoho, it's a great example. Zoho, it's a major player in expense management. They have also some different solution like for accounting firms. They have accounting software. But we have been with Zoho, we've been working closely on the expense management side. Zoho has 60 million users worldwide. With Zoho, we are starting now to launch the product in Europe, few thousands of clients. We are very happy from that. It's the first time that Zoho is doing that with a company like that. And we are the only in the company today that are potentially can reclaim via Zoho for their clients the VAT GST. And we very much would like to duplicate that to other players in the industry. So we are looking to expand it to other companies on the same size, mainly for the SMB. That is our strategy to indirect approach just to partnership. And Zoho is one of the, I would say, the one of the leader in that industry, and is one of the companies that we sign with that are leading that process for us. We hope to see the revenue will come from that area as well shortly. And we are keen to sign more contracts around that with different vendors. I cannot mention any names, but should be the same size of of Zoho. So we are aiming to the top players in the industry today. And we are seeing the appetite from their side. No one is approaching with the same technology solution that we are having. So it's in the pipeline now.
That's great, and and thank you for sharing that. So Amos, just drilling down to the technology, because clearly this is the key competitive advantage and the thing that separates you from the pack. Just how different is your technology to your competitors?
You know, my co-founder is Roy Shitkrut, PhD from MIT Boston in computer vision. He's the CTO. He leads all the patents. He leads the technology. Our approach is computer vision, the same technology that Apple or others are using for face recognition. We are doing that for images, for invoices and receipt, helping us to scale and helping us to look on either small, low-value invoices or even large. When it comes to 100,000 invoices per month, and you would like to get to 1 million invoices per month, you should have technology to do that automatically. So this is based on computer vision, AI technology that we are having. We are the only vendor in the world today that approaching this unique technology on approach. Most likely you are seeing other vendors do more BI, business intelligence, rather the computer vision and technology that we are having. And this is one of the advantages that we are having. And we're going to expand it. We would like to be more accurate. We would like to get to different languages. Today we are working with the most Latin languages in the world. We would like to expand it to Chinese, to Thai, and to other different languages to support it. And this is part of the scaling process that we are having.
So I was just on that. I probably could have asked this almost beforehand. How has the product technology changed over time? Because I can imagine that, you know, the GST and VAT rules for each country can be materially different, and they can evolve and change over time. So how has the product and technology changed along with those evolutions?
You know, invoice is invoice, and once we have the image, it's done. So for us, we need to look on major item and invoices. We need to look on the currency. We need to look on the date. We need to look on the amount. We need to look on the VAT or GST amount. We need to look on the supplier name, on the VAT number that he's having. And each of these items is challenging. You cannot do it by one day. And we build a huge machine to look on each item individually and to provide it in very high accuracy. So, and when we started, it was most likely in 1 or 2 items, mainly date and total amount. Now we have the entire item, as we are putting a lot of effort to expand it to other items as well.
Yeah, no, thank you. And just jumping around a bit, and apologise for that, Amos. So the client base, because a lot of investors are obviously always interested in the diversity of the client base, and being beholden to 1 or 2 or having a really diverse spread is obviously more attractive. Just how would you comment in terms of the diversity of your client base today and where you think it evolving to?
Yeah, our clients, as I said, we have about 200 clients. We are totally independently on one client. So we have like, if we look at our revenue, it's spread all over between different companies. Some of them are quite big. So a few of them, they have like some nice portion of our revenue. But next year or this year, we see more and more balance between large companies and small. So the spread is there. It's very nice to see that. We are totally, seeing our revenue from different companies today. It's about 100 or 20 companies that we are getting revenue on daily basis. And we see the nice breakdown and spread between all those companies.
Thanks, Amos. We've got a couple of questions that are coming through, and it'll be challenging to get through all of these, Amos. So why don't we take them each in turn? So a couple of technical questions for you, Amos. Is there a roadmap for integrating with other ERP systems like D365? I hope you know what that is. Similar to what has happened with Sage.
We are looking today we are looking for top players in the industry. So Sage and Zero are players. I think if you look, just dropping names, you know, for everyone knows who are the main players in the world today. So QuickBooks is a player there, and Oracle NetSuite is a player there. So we are aiming to that level. If there is any kind of specific ERP system on different countries, we need to look on each individual opportunity and to judge it accordingly. But we are aiming to the top players today.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Can you touch on some of the tailwinds supporting the digitization of taxation systems across Europe and the US? You know, what sort of mandates, regulation are there in place to move this digitally?
So we see a lot of demand from jurisdiction for digital taxation. This is something also I think this is providing us more opportunity to our clients when it comes to that. The compliance is an issue. It's not just refund and get our let's get the cash back and we would like to receive the refund back. We would like to do it on very accurate process. Jurisdiction are looking on reports on more carefully. We are seeing more and more clients are being reviewed by jurisdictions recently, and the compliance is an issue. And way to that, because the platform is there, the compliance is part of the issue. So what we are talking about compliance is to see that it's under the regulation, it's under the jurisdiction's regulation. So you cannot do any mistakes or errors or asking and demanding a reclaim if you are not entitled for that. And if you are doing that on a frequent way, you can get backfire from jurisdiction and also tax authorities. So we've been very accurate for what we are doing. We are showing our clients how accurate we are in terms of compliance. We are raising the flag once we are seeing that there is error or some potential issues that they should be addressed internally. So this is part of the service that we are providing. By the way, this has also increased the demand and potentially will increase our revenue in different clients. And we see the growth when it comes to compliance, that there is a more and more appetite to use our technology.
Amos, I'm just conscious of time, but I've just got a couple of final questions to ask. Just quick answers would be great. So you recently IPO'd in September, so welcome to the Australian Stock Exchange. So what did you plan on doing with the funds that were raised?
So mainly the growth will come, use of fund, use of proceed will be on the sales and marketing. As said, we would like to grow in Europe. SMB is a vehicle. We like to put a lot of efforts there, looking on the US market and the Australian market by using this fund. So these were part of our targets. As said in the prospectus, we're also looking on non-organic growth, so M&A as well. So this is part of our strategy for the next 24 months.
That's great. And Amos, just one final question. So I'm just thinking about the size of the prize that you outlined in terms of the market opportunity. Where do you see the business in 3 to 5 years' time?
This is a $100 million business in 3 to 5 years time, $100 million revenue company with a positive cash flow. We've been showing to the market that our cost of goods sold operationally, we are slim and lean, it's 15%. So we really can contribute a lot to the bottom line, very positive EBITDA, 3 to 5 years. When we are saying 100 million, it's not just we are waving hands with numbers. The market is there. There is no ceiling roof at all. 20 billion in us is unclaimed. I think if we will approach it in the right way, and we will scale it by the right way, and we will do the right activity, we very much would like to go there. We are seeing the pipeline. The pipeline is growing. We are seeing the appetite. We're seeing the RFPs are coming out with the top companies around the globe that we're going to be part of that. And I think altogether, 100 million revenue for a company like that, it's a doable target.
Thanks, Amos. I appreciate it. Really strong finish. So look, thank you very much for your time this afternoon and for joining us as well and sharing some of the story and a very exciting opportunity going ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, guys, and good morning from Tel Aviv, and hope to see you one day. See you soon. All the best.
Thanks, Amos.
Thank you.
I'll